Next, we can move to the directory, and more specifically users. Just a quick note that if you click this dropdown, you will notice that FlashPanel is multi-domain management. So you can choose to manage all of your domains, or you have the ability to single out, just a primary domain or just one of your subdomains. So this page will show us all of the users in our domain, along with some more information like their department, org unit, their docs quota, a couple different status icons also that you can hover over and take action from. So from here we can go ahead and click into a user. This first page will show us all of the groups that the user is a part of, and we can click on as many or all of these as we like. We can click this drop down to choose to remove the user from the group, or we can copy these groups to another user. This is something that could be especially useful in the case that you brought somebody into your company or organization that would end up being maybe a partner to this person and would end up being a part of a lot of the same groups. Instead of adding the new person to each group one by one, you can just go ahead and copy these groups over with one click. In this next tab, we can view this user's rich profile data, which is all extra contact information that is not available in the Google Admin Console. And we also have the ability to edit a user's nicknames as well here. Over here on the right, we can see some of those status icons that we saw on the first page, just a little bit more blown up. And then over here, we can see the user toolbar. Here we can access a number of different tools, such as resetting the user's password. We can edit their org unit from here. We can even start to deprovision the user from here as well. So there are two different ways to create users using FlashPanel. The first way is the guided step-by-step process to create one user at a time. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can just come in here, enter in the necessary information, have FlashPanel generate a password, and click continue. Here you can edit all of their extra contact information. So you can choose to edit this manually, or you do have the ability to use this time saver template. And what this does is it'll take the information from an existing user and copy it through for all of this person's information. And not only will it copy through contact info, but it'll also copy through an org unit, their groups, along with their subscriptions as well. The other way to update users and create users is in bulk, and to do this we can export a spreadsheet to our drive. From here we can navigate into our drive. Here you'll see in column B a list of all of the users in our domain. And as we move right, we can see all the different settings that we have access to here. So we can control group settings, the organizational unit, all that extra contact information that we talked about, along with a couple other things as well. In the case you want to make some bulk changes, let's say we want to suspend a group of users, we can come to this column, type suspend, and then we can either copy and paste or drag and drop for the list of users that we want to suspend. If you hover over this main bar, it'll actually tell you what's acceptable to put in each field. Now in the case that we wanted to provision users in bulk, to do this we can come to the next available row. Instead of update, we type new. We can put in the new email address. And then just a first and last name and a password. And that's all the information necessary to provision somebody from the spreadsheet. So this saves automatically, and we can come back into FlashPanel, click this refresh button, and then select the latest spreadsheet to import and have those changes made. From here we can move into groups. This looks pretty similar to the users page. except it shows all of the groups in our domain, along with the number of members and some more status icons like we saw before. So we can go ahead and click into a group, and we can actually click in even further and see all of the users that are in this group. This will also show us the member type, whether they're a member or an owner, and we can choose to remove people from this group as well. From this group page, we also have access to a number of group settings, so we can control access settings such as who can view group content, who can view members, who can post messages, a number of other things. Towards the bottom, we can actually even control the max message size, and we can even control the spam moderation level from here as well. So there are two different ways to create groups within FlashPanel. The first way is the guided step-by-step process. So here we can put in the group name, the new group email, and the new group description. We can set our initial access settings here. And then on this page we can set our owners, and there's a max of 5 owners per group. And then we can review the information and apply, and once this group is created we can come back in and add in all of our members. The other way to create and update groups is in bulk, and again we can export a spreadsheet to our drive. So this looks somewhat similar to the user spreadsheet, in that we can see all of our groups here in column B, and as we move right we can see all the different settings that we have access to. So we can control access settings, visibility settings, posting settings, a number of other settings, and we can even control group membership in bulk over here at the end. Let's say we wanted to add multiple members to a group. We can come here, put in the email address for the new member, and then separate each by a pipe. In the case we want to make some bulk changes, let's say we find that we like the particular access settings for one specific group and we want to copy them over to a number of other groups, we can just highlight this whole row and either drag and drop or copy and paste for the groups that we want to streamline the access settings for. Lastly, if we wanted to create groups in bulk from here, we can come down to the next available row, type new, put in the new group email address, the new group name, and that's all the information necessary to create a group from the spreadsheet. Again, if we hover over this main bar, we can get a pop-up that'll actually show us what's acceptable to put in each field. Now we can come back into FlashPanel, click this refresh button, and then go ahead and select the latest spreadsheet that we just worked on. Next we can move into org units. Org units are somewhat different from groups in the sense that a user can be a part of many groups while a user can only be a part of one org unit. So this makes it ideal for turning on and off services within Google. From this page you can see all of the org units in your domain, and you can also create org units from here as well. The last part of our directory are shared contacts. Here we can view all of our shared contacts. These are external contacts that we create and decide to share them in the directory of all of our users. So here we can view a list of all the shared contacts in our domain. We can view their company, phone, probably most importantly their email address, along with any tags that we wanted to add. And these tags can be are completely custom, and you can add them for region or for maybe vendor or so forth. There are actually 3 different ways to create shared contacts within FlashPanel. The first one is a step-by-step process to create one shared contact at a time. The second is to use a spreadsheet to create contacts. And the third way, probably the easiest and coolest way, is to create them from a personal contacts group. To do this, we can navigate to our Google Contacts, and we can come here and select any number of contacts. We can add them to a predetermined group, such as this one, FlashPanel Shared Contacts. And then we can come into FlashPanel, select that group that we just added contacts to, and have that entire group turned into shared contacts. And then we can also manage our tags down here.